Today we're going to look at a Russian military operation against the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons. So here we can see 4 Russians arriving on Schiphol Airport. They're going to try to hack the Organization for Prohibiting the Spread of Chemical Weapons. Here there are 4 diplomatic Russian passports. This one is a cyber operator. That's just a very fancy word for hacker. And that's another cyber operator, also a fancy word for hacker. And this is a support person, typically the person that would drive the car. And this one is also a human support person, is also driving the car, buying food, things like that. Now here we have the rental agreement for the car. It's Citroën C3, and we can see that both the Russians I mentioned before are actually written as the driver of the car. This is from the camera of one of them, Minin, and these are pictures around the OPCW office. In fact, here is the building where they have their main activities. And this is in front. It's very easy to recognize because of this round building. And here they park their car. And the reason why they park the car here is because they're very close by. Then they can hack the wireless internet access of the headquarters of the OPCW. Here is the rental car. Notice the back here. This is important a little bit later. And this is in the back of the car after they were stopped by the Dutch military intelligence. We have here a computer. We have a transformer to make sure that the battery, which is here, it gives an unstable electricity unless you have a transformer. And then this is connected to a Wi-Fi panel, which is here, which makes the signal stronger, so it's easier to hack somebody that is further away, as you can see there. And I have a schematics of it. So you have the battery, transformer, computer, and then you have different things connected to it, laptop, smartphone, and the panel so that you can go to the victim's Wi-Fi router. And here you have the panel, which was hidden under a coat so that people couldn't see it. And here you can see that in Hague they bought the battery. This is the battery. Here is the things they had with them. The camera, which we're grateful for, because that's why we have a bunch of pictures that shows they were actually on a recon mission to check out. And all these phones, which of course is also full of interesting data. And here, this one tried to destroy his smartphone. That's Morinet's. He tried to smash his smartphone. And here we have the back. And if we look into the back, we can see that everything they had in their hotel room, they took with them. So they didn't leave fingerprints or DNA in the hotel room. They also had 20,000 euros and $20,000 in cash with them in case they needed to have a little bit of money to buy things or do things. Because one of them lost their laptop, it made absolutely clear why they were there, because the searches that are here from Google, you can see they actually look for the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons. And then also the Marriott Hotel where I believe they stayed. Here's a bit of the extra stuff that one of them had with them. These things are typically used to boost signals so that you can have a better signal if you are far away from a Wi-Fi. And this is fun. This phone was switched on when it was close to this cell tower. This is in Russia, in Moscow. this is the nearest tower to the Russian military intelligence office, which is here. And as you can see, this is a taxi receipt to the airport, and the person took the taxi here in this street, and that's the back entrance to the headquarters of the military intelligence. I have a picture of that here. This is the back entrance. So it's very likely that they came directly from there. Now, this shows that this person's laptop also has been to the Olympic Games in Brazil. It's always nice to find a laptop. And if you look at other connections, Wi-Fi connections they made, then one can see that they were also in Lausanne, Switzerland, and public Wi-Fi at hotel in Lausanne. And we can see that they were specifically interested when they went in the Spies laboratory. Now, for people that do not know, that Spies laboratory is the Swiss lab that keeps an eye on the spreading of chemical weapons. They are working for the Swiss government. That's what they do. Actually quite interesting. So we have some hackers here that target two labs that look into chemical weapons. Now, one can wonder, why would the Russians be interested in knowing what these labs know? So of course, we can speculate and say, well, maybe they want to know if somebody found some of their new chemical weapons, or maybe somebody found some of the chemical weapons they sold. It's of course unclear, but one could consider at least, why would you want to steal data from a place that is against spreading chemical weapons? And here's the train tickets from Utrecht in the Netherlands to Switzerland for all four of them. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I have big respect for the Dutch military intelligence, and obvious this is not what people normally do. Normally you would make them aware that you don't like this. Now, in this case, the Dutch got help from the British, and they also got help from the Dutch intelligence service. And they are making a very clear statement here. They're saying, look, we know what you're doing, we know who you are, and we are more than happy to show your pictures all over the world so that you cannot work here anymore. Stop bothering us. Do not come here. Keep your spy stuff at home. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Bye.